likes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Um, yes, so now I'm live on YouTube and TikTok. So here we go. And the lighting's a little bit better because it's still daylight here on the West Coast where I am. So I've got a lot of these things written down on my handy new whiteboard. You are actually looking at the second video I've done where I've used this, and I'm so excited. I was going to do a video last night and it didn't work out. I had a bunch of stuff to do, so that's why I'm doing it today. But maybe that's better. It's because we've got a lot of people who are on the live now on TikTok. So thank you for that, and let me know where you're from too, and follow me. I'm going to do a lot of these little talks on this next 90 days on the Freedom Sprint is in the digital growth community. That's what we're calling it, or I didn't call it that, but that's what Michelle O'Neill, she's our CEO. It's a woman-owned company, and she has made well over $1 million and tries to help others. It is amazing. I mean, she could just sit back on her laurels and rest, but she doesn't. She helps us by doing a lot of wonderful seminars and webinars to help us to learn online marketing. And then we can resell this program at 100% profit. And because we have master resale rights, the people we sell them to can also resell the program at 100% profit, which is really, really cool. And I learned a lot about master resale rights in the certification program, which I finished last month. And it's a really good certification program. I learned a lot about online marketing. And in the process of talking about the ideal customer, which is what I'm going to talk about tonight for the next 20 minutes or so. This also will be on YouTube, by the way, recorded and will be on YouTube. And thank you for all the people who are joining. I really appreciate it. So we're talking about an ideal customer. Now, the interesting thing is when I was in sales back in the last century, let's just say last century, I won't give the decade, but you might be able to guess it. But so last century when I was in sales, we looked for a perfect customer. Okay, this commercial is targeting moms. Okay, well, what do moms watch? Okay, well, maybe moms watch something, during daytime television was big, for women to watch. So that's how we would get the ideal customer back in the days of more traditional advertising. And we would hope that a commercial put in would be able to draw the ideal customers. That's what we were hoping for. And so sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't work. But it's different now with social media because you have over 5 billion users of social media all around the world. So when I was selling advertising and doing marketing for radio and television stations, that was in Raleigh-Durham. And unless you bought a national commercial, your audience was pretty much in Raleigh-Durham. So that's kind of the way that went. And I'm also, sorry about this, I'm going to have to put my, charge my phone a little bit too for the TikTok lives. So you might see the side of my head for just a little bit. But yeah, so that's what had to happen in last century in more traditional advertising to get a commercial. You had to sort of select a program or a series. Usually it was like a couple of hour block because it didn't cost as much that way. And then you would hope that moms would be watching at that time of day. And usually they were, according to the ratings, because we could, get our ratings and have an idea of what people watched. And then you could advertise. Or if you're on a radio station, you would look and see where moms were listening to radio. And that might be, there was a lot of AM talk radio that moms sometimes listened to. And then I worked at a station called W Light, which played a lot of music that moms would listen to. So you could do that and you could try to target moms. Okay. But how would I target homeschooling moms? And I don't want to say that we didn't have homeschooling moms back last century. We did, but they weren't this big a segment of the market. I mean, I can't imagine. I didn't know anybody that homeschooled when I was growing up, but now I know a lot of people. Of course, we homeschooled, so that's why I know a lot of people who homeschool, and I think most people do because there are a lot of homeschooling moms. Okay, well, what do they watch? What do they do? How do you attract them? And that is what this is all about, the idea of attraction marketing, the idea that you don't have to go on businesses and knock on doors. Thank you for the love. I appreciate the hearts. I always appreciate those. Thank you. Y'all can also follow me too, because I'm going to be doing more of these lives and I'll get better at it. This is my third one that I've done with ye old or ye new whiteboard. Very proud of this. Thankful I got it at Staples. Oh, I might not be supposed to bring that up, but anyway, here it is. Ah! Oh my gosh. Sorry. I was trying to show y'all the whiteboard. I knew that wouldn't work somehow. And I ended up dropping the phone. So this is what happens with real live stuff. Now, I mean, things were more polished when you're just dealing with a television or radio station. Things were more polished last century. But, now you have people that are not as polished and we don't have a big production crew and that kind of thing. But people are still making an income online. In fact, a lot of people are making a lot of income online. And so what I am trying to do is to discover how they are doing that and also and suggest and also learn. And I'm in a program called the Legacy Builders Online Marketing Program where I'm learning a whole bunch of stuff. And right now I am learning, they're on a 90-day financial freedom sprint. So I'm learning a whole lot very quickly about online marketing. And the idea is that you learn this in this program, and then you also implement it by doing videos and drawing people to you with attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is something that's so much easier in a lot of ways because you don't have to go out and I would go. I was in Raleigh. Maybe I would go to Durham, and that's 30 or 40 minutes away, and I would see a client, and that client may or may not advertise with us. But now, things with technology, things are happening so much faster. And so you don't have to actually go, geographically. You can do everything from home. And that is a beautiful thing about online marketing. And that's why I like to tell homeschooling moms about it. So if you know of any homeschooling moms, and thank you so much for all the people who've joined. I've kind of lost track, so I haven't said hello to everybody, and I'm sorry about that, but I do appreciate it if you're watching. And so now we can talk about the ideal customer, and we can actually, instead of trying to guess which programs, television programs or radio stations that the ideal customer will listen to, we can actually go out and find the ideal customer by attracting the ideal customer to us. And that is called attraction marketing. And some people put it under, traditional marketing versus attraction marketing because it's different than traditional marketing. And we had to go out and do this thing called, people call it pounding the pavement. And, you just go out and you would speak to people, maybe new businesses. You would let them know that you're there, ask them maybe some things about their business, try to help them, and try to sell them advertising. And that's pretty much the way it went. And with online marketing, it's just not that way anymore, because right now there are 5 billion people, and some of those people, whatever your product is, some of those people are going to be interested in it. And the only thing that you have to do is make yourself findable. Okay. But make yourself findable to the ideal customer. That's why I'm asking you if you know any homeschool moms, especially any homeschool moms who really want to make some income but don't know how to do it. I was for years when my kids were little, I thought, oh, I'll just get an online business going. But it just, I couldn't do it. And I understand now that it's because I didn't have the right system. And I don't know how much colleges are teaching about online marketing, but I would say probably not a whole lot. And so this is a good course to take if you're trying to learn online marketing. You don't actually get grades or anything like that, but you learn how to do all this stuff. You learn how to make videos. You learn how to promote yourself. You learn how you learn about the different platforms and what the different platforms, what the strengths and weaknesses are. And just to let y'all know, hello, Braden, Mike, and LeBray. Thank you for joining. And let me know where you're from. If you are on TikTok, let me know where you're from, or YouTube. Let me know where you're from. I'd like to know. And I'm in Los Angeles. My name is Patricia Shore. And I was talking a little about different platforms. Well, I am on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. My YouTube channel is pretty recent. And I'm also on LinkedIn. And I promote this awesome 100% profit program on all of those places. And I'm also on Facebook, but I don't do a whole lot of promotion on there. But because I really, it's a long story. My account was hacked, and I'm kind of on there just to keep up with people. I don't do a whole lot of marketing at this point, but that may change on Facebook. But and 3 is a lot. 3 is a lot of platforms to be on. And I'm learning how to do all of this in 2 hours a day. And that's the beautiful thing about this Legacy Builders program is it's a 2-hour workday. And some people are using that and parlaying it into a 6-figure income. So the program actually teaches you how to do that. It does not guarantee that you will do it. And some people just buy this program and invest in it. And it's not that expensive for a done for you business, and you get the done for you business. But some people just maybe want to learn about branding, or maybe want to learn about storytelling. We hear a lot about storytelling. If you think of really major advertisers, or probably everybody in the Super Bowl, they probably were all good storytellers. All those commercials are great storytellers. So we learn how to be good storytellers and how to tell our story in a way that will help other people, because I believe that teaching people how to do online marketing is very helpful, because it helps you to be able to express yourself in a way that you haven't been able to in the past. So who is your perfect customer? Who is your ideal customer? We've talked a little about how an ideal customer, you can actually go and find that ideal customer. Well, here's some questions to ask. And if you want to copy these down, I'll probably put them in the description on YouTube. If you talk to everyone, you convert no one. Okay. So you need to know whom. Sorry. I used to be an English teacher. I have to correct myself. Whom am I speaking to? I am speaking to him. I am speaking to her. Okay. I am speaking to a homeschooling mom. Which homeschooling mom am I speaking to? I'm speaking to the homeschooling mom who thinks she's about to quit homeschooling because she has to get a job because she's in debt, and she's and her husband's the only one working. Okay. So that's whom I am speaking to. So you can write these questions down. Whom am I speaking to? What buying stage is your customer in? And so what stage is this? Does the customer just is really looking for something right now? Or is the customer just kind of feeling disgruntled or frustrated? And you get to figure those things out. And a thing that I'm learning is a perfect customer is pretty much you. You at an earlier stage. And that's why we struggled. Yeah, we homeschooled, and I'm so thankful for that. But we struggled all the way. We have $40,000 of debt now, and that's why I'm looking for a way to bring in an income, because we have a lot of debt. And there were many years I I don't like to say this, but I blamed it on my kids. But there were many years that, I just didn't have value. I didn't have the right system. I didn't know how to market myself online. And, I was trying to do things in traditional marketing instead of looking at attraction marketing, which helps you to find your ideal customer. Okay. So this is a good thing to write a paragraph or two on. Whom am I speaking to? What buying stage is your customer in, your ideal customer? What frustrates your customer? And what has your customer tried? So I have tried so many things. I was a technical writer and editor, and I tried doing all that. I'm going to leave these questions up in case you want to write them down, or at least on the YouTube video, you can. So, what frustrates your customer? What has your customer tried? What buying stage is your customer in? And whom am I speaking to? I'm speaking to a homeschooling mom because I was that mom, and I so needed this program. And in fact, I learned about it from another homeschooling mom, and she posted a lot of stuff, the success that she was having on Facebook, and I was just curious about it. So I asked her about it, and I invested in this, and I prayed about it too, and I would suggest praying about it. Okay. So please do pray about it. But I prayed about it, and I felt like God was leading me to do this and to let other people know about this program. So that's why I'm here. That is one of the most important things. I've been listening a lot lately to Myron Golden. And if you haven't heard one of his videos, please listen to him. And one of the things he says is that you have to be findable. You have to be findable. And that's how attraction marketing works. You have to be findable. You have to be out there. That's why I'm on LinkedIn. That's why I'm on YouTube. And that's why I'm on TikTok, because I want more people to find me. And also, I want people to find me who may say, I'm not a homeschooling mom, but my sister's a homeschooling mom. I'll pass this along to her. That's the kind of thing that that I want to happen. And that's why I'm out there, and that's why I'm findable. And that's now you can also do this Legacy Builders program, faceless, by the way. Some people do that, and they have success doing it without actually showing their face. But I do show my face, and you can do it either way. And so, I'm out there, and I want people to know. I want people to come to me to ask questions about it. And so, I would like for you, if you have any questions, or if you're watching this at a later date, please let me know. Please like and follow me on TikTok or YouTube, and ask a question. Okay, ask a question about online marketing, or let me know if you've done any online marketing. As I say, I was a dismal failure at it. And yeah, I started taking courses. I took a course in book marketing. I took a course in a few other things I won't go into right now, but I took classes, and I didn't even understand that those people who were teaching it, they knew how to do the things that I'm learning now. So I can also develop courses in the future and that kind of thing. So it's a really awesome way to make an income, and to also spread whatever you want to say to the world. The homeschooling mom that told me about this program, she is a deliverance minister, and she also she helps people to get rid of demons. When demons have, and they do cause a lot of issues, and she helps people with that, and that's her ministry. So she was using this as financial support for that. So that's also something that you can do. Thank you for all the people who've joined on TikTok. I've got like a couple more minutes to go, and I would love to know if you have any questions about online marketing, about attraction marketing, about your ideal customer. And remember, I think the most important thing to remember about an ideal customer is that this ideal customer is an earlier version of you. And I'm going to put these up these questions. Ideal customer. If you talk to everyone, you convert no one. So have a person in mind that you want to talk with. Whom am I speaking to? What buying stage is your customer in? Maybe your customer is just now getting to the point where he or she is getting really frustrated and, wants to do something about a situation. What frustrates your customer? What keeps your customer up at night? And what has your customer tried already? And as I mentioned, I tried a lot of online marketing stuff, and I'm pretty smart. I'm pretty good at writing. I'm pretty good at editing, but I just couldn't make the business thing go because I didn't understand it. It's a whole new thing. This online marketing thing, a whole new thing. So of course we have to learn, and and that's good when we can learn this. So thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you're watching this in the future on YouTube. Please let me know what questions that you have, because I would love to answer some questions in future videos. My name is Patricia Shore, and you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn, and you can find me on YouTube at doremimama.com, and you'll find this video, a recording of this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome rest of your day and a very prosperous day tomorrow.